Have you ever caught yourself scrolling through social media, watching friends buy their dream homes, travel to exotic destinations, or even talk about retirement plans and felt that tight knot of anxiety in your chest? It's easy to wonder, am I falling behind? Will I ever catch up? Today, we're going to peel back the curtain on what Americans are really saving by age. Not the polished textbook numbers, but the actual reality, messy, complicated, and very human. My hope is that this video will do two things for you: give you perspective and help you make more informed choices about your financial future. Because benchmarks can be comforting if you're on track, or a wake-up call if you're not. Either way, they're not the full story, and tonight, I want to share the bigger truth. If you're ready to take control of your financial journey, subscribe to this channel so we can keep walking this road together. Let's start with the official benchmarks, the numbers financial experts love to repeat. Fidelity, one of the biggest names in retirement planning, offers this guideline. By age 30, you should have 1 times your salary saved. By 40, 3 times. By 50, 6 times. By 60, 8 times. And by the time you retire at 67, 10 times. On paper, it's neat and simple. Save early, invest wisely, never lose your job, never face unexpected medical bills, and you'll arrive at retirement in perfect shape. But we all know life rarely follows the perfect script. Layoffs happen, parents get sick, kids need help, and sometimes, no matter how disciplined you are, saving that much just isn't possible. That's why these benchmarks are best viewed as a compass, not a measuring stick. So what does saving look like in your 20s? In theory, it's the golden decade. Compound interest is most powerful when you start young. Saving a little now can turn into a fortune later. But the reality is tougher. Student loans loom large, rent eats up half a paycheck, and entry-level salaries leave little breathing room. Add to that the social pressure to spend, to go out, travel, keep up appearances, and saving feels nearly impossible. For young households between 25 and 34, average after-tax income is about $85,000. If they were to save the ideal 20%, that's $17,000 a year, or nearly $1,400 a month. For many, that number feels out of reach. Take Sarah, for example. At 25, she starts saving $500 a month. If she does this consistently, with an average 7% return, she could retire with over $1.3 million by age 65. But if she waits until 35 to begin, even doubling her contribution to $1,000 a month, she'd still end up with less, around $850,000. That's the magic of time. Yet, the reality is most people in their 20s have less than $15,000 saved for retirement. The lesson here isn't to obsess over a number. It's to build habits living below your means, automating your savings, and dipping your toes into investing. Because in your 20s, the seeds matter more than the harvest. Then comes your 30s, a decade of both progress and pressure. By now, the guidelines suggest you should have 3 times your salary saved, which for the average income of $109,000 means more than $320,000 by age 40. In reality, most people with retirement accounts in their 30s are closer to $200,000. Meet Jennifer. She's 34, a teacher earning $65,000. According to the roadmap, she should be heading toward $195,000 in retirement savings by 40. But she's at $87,000. On paper, she's behind. Yet the truth is, Jennifer is doing remarkably well. She owns her home, contributes 8% of her income to retirement, and keeps an emergency fund of $8,000. She's balancing student loans, daily living costs, and a career she loves. Her story teaches us that success isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. In your 30s, life is expensive: mortgages, daycare, family obligations, but if you keep saving something, keep investing something, and avoid the trap of lifestyle inflation, you're winning. By your 40s, the stakes rise. Financial experts say you should be approaching 6 times your annual salary, or nearly $700,000 for the average household income of $116,000. But the actual average savings for this group hovers closer to $400,000, and that's skewed by high savers at the top. Many Americans in their 40s have far less. This is the decade of the sandwich generation. You might be paying for your kids' education, covering your mortgage, and helping aging parents all at once. The pressure can feel suffocating. For many, the 40s bring what I call the holy crap moment, the realization that retirement is only 20 years away, and 20 years is not a long time. But here's the hopeful side. Your 40s can also be the most powerful years for building wealth. You've had time to grow in your career, maybe even earn at your highest level. And often, this is when people finally get serious. Every raise, every bonus, becomes less about spending more and more about closing the gap. In other words, urgency becomes fuel. Your 50s, then, are the tipping point. The guideline calls for 8 times your salary saved by 60. For many, this sounds impossible. And yet, this is often the first time people actually catch up. The average savings in this age group, around 600,000. Promotions, peak earnings, and catch-up contributions allow many to make huge strides in a short window. But your 50s also come with reality checks. Health problems may surface. Questions about long-term care and medical costs become urgent. And suddenly, retirement isn't abstract, it's specific. You start asking, how much will my lifestyle really cost? When do I want to stop working? And can my savings cover it? Those who thrive in this decade aren't always the highest earners. They're the ones who face these questions head-on, make adjustments, and pursue clarity. Because clarity is power. And then the 60s. The benchmark, 10 times your salary by age 67. Reality, average savings of about 573,000, far below the target. But this stage is about more than numbers. It's about decisions. Do you claim Social Security early, or wait for bigger checks later? Do you keep working because you love it, or retire early and live simply? For some, working past 60 is optional. For others, it's necessary. The truth is, there's no single right path. Your health, your family, your values, they shape your retirement just as much as your bank account. Success isn't measured by whether you hit an arbitrary number. It's measured by whether you can live your next chapter with dignity, freedom, and peace of mind. Step back, and the big picture comes into focus. The median retirement savings across all ages is just 65,000. 1 in 4 Americans has nothing saved. At first glance, that feels discouraging. But here's the secret. People who succeed financially are rarely those who inherited fortunes or struck gold overnight. They're the ones who stayed consistent. They saved a little, invested steadily, lived below their means, and let time do its work. Life is messy. Jobs are lost, emergencies happen, plans get derailed. That's not failure, that's life. And still, many manage to build a future they're proud of by refusing to quit. So if you're listening to this and thinking, I'm behind, hear me clearly. What matters most is not where you are today. It's what you choose to do next. As we close, I want you to carry this with you. Your financial story is not written in stone. It's alive. It's evolving. The numbers on a chart don't define you. What defines you is the courage to take the next step. Whether that's opening your first retirement account, bumping up your contributions, or simply living a little more intentionally, every choice matters. Most Americans won't hit the textbook benchmarks, and that's okay. Because the real goal isn't perfection, it's freedom. The freedom to live your life on your terms. If this message resonated with you, subscribe to this channel. Together, we'll keep exploring how to build wealth, protect it, and most importantly, use it to create the life you truly want. Your next step matters. Let's take it together.